What is Noom? Noom is a weight loss service that puts you in touch with a personal coach who guides you through your journey. So you have this personal coach, you also have a group coach. So you're put in a group with other people who are like you on the journey, and there's a coach which actually coaches your entire group on a daily basis. And also on a daily basis, you're logging your food, exercise, activity, that kind of stuff. So Noom has a record of everything that you're doing.
Pro number 1. Noom has educational materials in it that helps you address your root behaviors and habits. They talk about mindset and everything as well. So it's not just a list of what to do. If you've been reading any articles out there on weight loss, you probably already know what to do. Eat vegetables, eat less junk food, maybe exercise a little bit. So the problem really isn't that people don't know what to do. It's rather that they don't know how to do it. And that includes logistical stuff, which is like, how do I cook a meal without breaking the budget and fit my schedule? As well as emotional stuff. How do I stop using food as a self-soothing mechanism? So Noom has a series of educational materials that really help people address both of these. And really it's helpful in helping people tackling the how to do something.
Pro number 2, some people really love their coach. Now this can be hit or miss because a lot of the reviews talk about the coaches being MIA. Reviews that talked about loving their coach talked a lot about the fact that their coach was crucial on the emotional piece of getting them back on the wagon when they went off track.
Pro number 3, some people love the group chat feature. That's right, you can have access to other people who are on their own health journey, so you're not just traveling alone. This can be highly energizing and motivating for people, especially people who are motivated by others' inspirations. This is also a great useful resource because you can share tips with other people and ask questions, and other people are there to help answer you and share their story.
The red, yellow, green food categorization system seems to really work for some people. Every food you log with Noom gets categorized as either red, which means eat less of this, yellow, which means okay in moderation, and green, which means eat more of this. The people who like the system like it because it's simple. You just want to see more and more green over time. But if you're someone who struggles with an all or nothing mindset or a perfectionist mindset, you might find this a bit of a struggle. And also if you find yourself starting to think, oh, this is bad food because it'll be categorized as red, then this is a very unhealthy relationship to have with food. So this particular pro has a bit of a con to it as well.
The first con is related with their cancellation process. A lot of people have complained that the cancellation process is tricky or a little bit unreliable. Some people have complained that they've accidentally been gotten charged for a whole month when they didn't agree to pay for it. And when they ask for reimbursement, they have to go through a complicated process where they have to talk to Google or Apple for a refund. Some of the stories say that then Google and Apple tell them to go back and talk to Noom, and so they're kind of like going back and forth, and seems to be kind of confusing. And just FYI, if you get any sort of discount code from them, a lot of people have complained that the discount code only applies if you sign up for Noom through their website and not through the app. So just FYI, if you get a discount code, to sign up through the website just in case.
Con number 2, the coach feels like a bot. Reviews that mainly talk about this tend to list examples like, I told my coach that I have a problem with X, and the coach responded with, what do you think will help with problem X? Instead of giving any kind of personalized direction. I personally think it's still a human talking. They're using this technique called motivational interviewing, which is a very popular technique among the coaching community. And the motivational interviewing technique is basically where you ask the questions to lead the client themselves to come up with an answer. And they might be overdoing this, and maybe the system doesn't work as well in a medium like chat, the same way that motivational interviewing works in person.
All right, the third con that's been cited by a few people is that the coaches seem to be very slow to respond, and it might depend on what coach you get. 24 hours seems to be the minimum delay between you sending a message and hearing back from your coach. Now, this might be fine for a lot of people, but sometimes conversations can drag on over the course of like a lot of days, and this in turn can slow down your progress a little bit, because you might be stuck for a while. So many reviewers express frustration for not being able to get a hold of their coaches for long enough to have more meaningful conversations.
Con number 4, limited food database. Noom does make you log all of your food in its app, but unfortunately does not have a very extensive database. So especially in the beginning, when you start logging your food, you may find yourself having to log a lot of recipes, which is a lot of manual tedious work, which probably you wouldn't have to do if you were using a more fully equipped database like the one in MyFitnessPal or Lose It.
And the fifth con, and some of the material may even start to contradict themselves according to some people. For example, in one review, someone said that exercise was really important, but then later they said that it's not really that important for weight loss, and so that person got really confused. And other people have said that while the educational materials were really good at the beginning, that the more they used Noom, the more that it wasn't as useful anymore, and they really needed their coach there instead. So the combination of the educational value kind of tapering off a little bit the longer you use it, and kind of the more delayed response time of some of the coaches, those combined together are some of the main reasons that people may not find as much out of the service.
So who is Noom best for? If you have never read a weight loss book, that means not a diet book, which is touting one solution. So not like a keto book or a Whole30 book, but a science-backed weight loss book in general, then you may find the pieces in Noom where they teach you what to expect and what is the science behind weight loss very useful. If you're someone who feels like the accountability that a coach provides would be really beneficial for you, then Noom may be for you, provided that you get lucky and encounter one of those personalized great coaches at Noom. Noom as a service has a lot of the right pieces that are needed to help you lose weight. It seems from the reviews that it does not deliver on all of those pieces at all times, especially if you tend to get unlucky, because there seem to be people who have gotten really lucky in the coaches they've gotten, and the people who have gotten very unlucky with their coaches. So if after all of this you want to try Noom, I recommend you use their 14-day free trial, and if you aren't having a good experience in the first 7 days, go ahead and start canceling about a week earlier, just in case you run over their cancellation period. And that wraps it up on Noom. We're going to be doing product reviews around health and fitness every Wednesday. If that's of interest to you, go ahead and hit that subscribe button, and also hit that bell icon so that you get a notification every time we upload a video. I'm curious to hear if there is a health and fitness related product or service that you would love to have us review or compile a review on. So let me know that in the comments. Until next time.